because I want to talk about this. And this kind of obeys a modality of thought where you look at the little things and try to extract larger um, understandings or even generalizations. Um, Tattoos, especially in women, I think in men they're perfectly appropriate. That is, men who sail on ships and actually go to Polynesia and partake of the local customs. And, and if you're a member of the Yakuza or the Russian mafia or any mafia, well, yeah, these are your red badges of courage. And their recognition. They're also an initiation ritual because there's pain involved. But when women get tattoos, they're just LARPing. That is, it's live action role play as men. They're pretending that the tattoo itself is the act of courage, when in fact the tattoo is just an added bit of pain to recognize what you went through, like maybe the Battle of the Midway, little things like that. But in any case, I was thinking about this. It seems like a small thing. It's become normalized, but the discourse surrounding it demonstrates that it is not normal, and that it in fact is a kind of gaslighting. And women want to be asked about their tattoos, and I always refrain. And and finally they'll come out and say, "Well, what do you think of my tattoo?" And I'm indifferent to it, and I'm especially indifferent if she's good looking enough to where it doesn't detract a lot. Tattoos in older women, and I think just like older men, are not particularly attractive. But men don't rely on being attractive. They have other attributes. So in any case, what's happening and what you hear from women a lot is that I do this for myself. When in fact what we know is they're doing it to attract attention. But this goes to the immutable laws of semiotics or semiology, where all things are signs. All things carry a meaning and they're interpreted by the receiver. So the tattoo is an odd little trick of gaslighting, because what they're saying is I'm doing it for myself, when in fact they're doing it to attract attention. And so this right out the bat is just, disingenuous, and is a kind of a manipulation. So you think, and nobody denied that ear piercing. When I was growing up, it was considered a little bit, wow, ear piercing, can't you get the clamp-on types or the glue-on ones? Or, it was considered a little out there, but everyone knew it was to be attractive. It was to create an attraction. The other function wearing of jewelry is to exhibit wealth. And this goes, so far as having, 25 neck rings in a woman. And they're of a metal that's prized, so you're exhibiting wealth. The whole thing of wearing a diamond ring and a wedding band, this is to exhibit the wealth of the husband that the wife has managed to pin down and get a commitment from, and earn the status. And it's an earned status. If you get that out of a person, you deserve the rewards. It's all fine. The tattoo discourse, though, has changed a lot. And it's just become, I'm doing this for myself, and I'm doing this not to attract you, but I still want to know what you think about it. Now, it's a lot like the discourse you get regarding exercise from women. They say the same thing. I'm doing it for the health. I'm doing it for the benefits, to feel good about myself. Well, no, they're not. They're doing it to attract a mate. Everybody knows it. You can't change the deep semiotics of these things that are, you know, are age old, just because you decide. That's the social construct, you know, that they're always bitching about. That only this is just a social construct. No, it isn't. the proportionality, the the proper weight in women are all signs of fertility, which makes them attractive. They know it, you know it. The ones who are honest about it are honest about it, and they just come right out and say it. Now, what this, we have a lot of expressions for what's going on. Maybe you've heard, can't win for losing, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Whether you like it or not, you're going to get this or that. No good deed goes unpunished. These are all recognitions, kind of colloquialisms that recognize when you're being gaslit, when you're not going to be able to win no matter which curtain you choose, you're going to lose. And so much of what women do is just kind of put you in a gaslit situation. In psychology, this has been called, or it's akin to the Bates and double bind, where you put, and in education, we see this a lot, where, don't put kids in a situation where all the choices are losing. Get them to buy in, get them to invest, and then, limit the choices, but have some that are at least, attractive to them and allow them to have some agency. And, it reminds me, this was big when I was studying pedagogy. Don't create Bates and double binds. Maybe it's a tangent, people don't know what it is. But in essence, they would train up, I believe it was canines, to do tricks and push levers and get rewards versus shocks. And then they just mixed it up and made it random. That no matter what the dog did, he might just as likely get a shock as a reward. And then gradually phased out rewards. And what you get is just a bubbling, quivering ball of canine jello sitting and pissing on itself at the bottom of the cage. So it's a form of destroying the life, just utterly destroying the animal's life. And so anytime you're faced with this double bind situation or gaslighting, they are trying to destroy you. That's the deep psychological intent, is to destroy. So, for example, getting back to tattoos, if men find the tattoo attractive, well, because the girl is attractive, well, you're just objectifying it. Lose. You get a D minus. You're objectifying it. And if men find it unattractive, women say, well, tough shit. I'm empowered, I can do this, and you have to accept it. So, like it or not. So really, you have what's happening is your agency is drained away, and you can see this in almost anything. So when women say, "I'm doing it for my health," and I'm doing it, to feel good about myself, what they're doing is they're preempting your normal male tendency to say, hey, you look really nice. Objectification. Okay. So now I can't say anything about it, when in fact, that's how we're built. I mean, we're built to look at these visual cues, and women know it. They know it very well, that they're going to, a cosmetic industry this big, and nobody knows how many millions and billions it is. It can't be counted. It can't be quantified. tells us that these are signs of attraction and that they are meant to be cues for men, but you're not allowed to respond to them. I think that's about it.